Hi, I'm a software developer with 5 years of experience, and most of the code that I wrote these days is AI. More than 90% of the code, in fact. So, how come my company still employs me? Why haven't they fired me? And why software engineering hiring is actually kind of still strong, if that's the case for most people. Now, I would not tell you that it is the case with most people, but yeah, a lot of developers are now moving towards AI assisted workflow, and they are not writing code by hand anymore. It's just the reality of 2026. So the big question is, why do companies still hire for software developers if writing code has gotten automated maybe 100%, or at least more than 90%? Why is that? So I'll tell you why is that. Number one, writing code and managing code are two different things. Okay, AI gives you a lot of code, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to manage it. You still need to manage it. AI can give you a lot of code very fast. uh, who's going to manage it? You still have to manage it, you still have to owe it, you are still responsible for it. Okay, so just because AI writes 90% of the code or 95% of the code, that does not mean that all of a sudden you there is no code management. There is absolutely no, you still have to manage a lot of code. That is one thing. Another thing is, AI works in a very specific, um, in a very specific window. Like, the more local the context is, it it works better. So for example, and we see that in video editing as well. So like, I wanted to just remove a line from a picture, and I gave it to AI and it removed it flawlessly. And I was like, wow, that who would need and I had the exact same thought, like, hey, who would need a photo editor or a video editor now? AI can do everything, blah blah blah. But then I asked AI to change the background, and that's when it showed why you would still need a video editor, or a photo editor in that case, because it did such a terrible job. And yeah, so that is that is one fact about AI. It really works well in a very hyper local context window. If and if you're trying to build a software that is very deeply integrated, okay, then chances are it's the context of that thing is going to be so huge that it's just the today's LLM are just not equipped enough to fit it. But what they do very well is, they so suppose I want to modify a data structure in from one way to other. Let's say it's an array and I want to convert it into hash map. Let's just say that. Okay. Now, this has been done like 10,000 times already in various Git repos. This is not something new, you know, this particular request. So AI can look at other Git repository, and it can very quickly uh, do that work. Okay, faster than me, faster than I can. Okay, so that is one thing, like, AI is extremely good at. But again, that does not mean it can write software still. Okay, there's a difference between writing code and writing software. And well, if you want to know more about uh, software development cycles, how software development looks in 2026, and what is the future prospect of this particular industry and technology. Follow me, give me a like and comment below. See you.